and welcome back to the table, folks. I don't have any announcements today, believe it or not. I shot everything which we had last week. We are 2 men down today, but with us are the wonderful Blackwater, Branwolf, and Tiala. So we shall hopefully still be faring fine. Yeah, let's jump right in. Last week, the Undecided were en route to Burle, a town in the inner parts of Dread Parish Isle, from where you are trying to continue your journey towards further south into the Dreadwood to find out what all the deal is about this Granny Nightshade, the one that is potentially harming both your mother, Blackwater, as well as some folks within your group. You do have the information that soon there will be a blood moon in about a week. You've been traveling about a day so far. The first day has come to a close, and while camping, you were spotted and attacked by some of the locals, lovingly called the Hool folk, those that spread Hool fever as well, with close encounters. And yeah, last week we ended on that final battle note during this ambush. You are currently in the process of gathering your wits. And yeah, as you stand there still in the midst of night, gathering your whereabouts, soaked to the waist with swamp water and worse, amidst these corpses of the Hools, what is it that you want to do?
Anything worth looking for? I mean, like, I don't think Hools, we found out that they never have any decent weapons. They usually don't have any keys or something on them, and I don't want to get too close to them anyways.
I mean, they had crossbows this time around. That's something new,
oh, yes,
right?
that's interesting.
Short bows, actually, it was.
Short bows, sorry.
Yeah, short bows. And you're also still not quite sure if you, after the battle, you saw one that turned away.
True.
But you're still unsure if that was like all, or if there was more that maybe like fled before even partaking in the battle or something like that.
What is the sun doing? Is it slowly going up? What time is it?
It's still night. It's still like sunset is still probably another 2 hours or so off. So I know that for those, the last watch was taken by Kader and also Frion.
Yeah.
So both of them will only benefit from a short rest for the rest of the night if they still bed back down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, any spells or stuff you may have used in that time, it won't fully recover in those last 2 hours.
Ooh, okay.
But you can treat it as a short rest if you choose to do so.
A short rest. I'm trying to see about my hit points, and also about, since it's a short rest, I won't get any new. Well, I still have
new hit die, but you can use hit die.
Yeah, I can use hit die.
And you can make it, but if you want to, Brandwolf, make an investigation check for him if you just want to get a little bit of overview of the corpses or whatever.
Just give me have a look. Of course, while doing this, I'm going to have one of my rags or something, just kind of, which we we got from Mama Blackwater to cover up, and I'm not going to get too close. So if I'm looking, I'll probably be poking with one of my axes. But let me give you, that is a 13.
A 13.
Yeah.
Kind of like keeping your distance. You do notice some glimmering here and there in the water where the corpses are lying. You gather up a total of maybe 16 gold pieces amongst these corpses that may have like fallen out of pockets during the fight or ripped from the clothing. While you're doing this, though, you hear a slight like wincing kind of noise coming from back of the camp area. It almost sounds like one of your horses.
Oh boy, that's not good. That's not good. Well,
and the rest of you hear this as well.
Yeah,
it's just this very like almost like in anguish kind of sound of a horse moaning out in pain.
Mm-hmm. I'll go and check it out.
Okay. You come up to the area where Arvik and Bertrand, both of your cart horses, are put down, where Branwolf watched over them ever so vigilantly before the battle happened, before he bent himself down. You see that one of the ropes that Branwolf used to secure them is ripped off, and it is only Arvik that is still there, the horse. It's kind of bedded down. You see that one of the arrows that has been fired in the battle is sticking out of its throat, and he's bleeding from that throat area.
Boy.
Is Tiala around? Because I think she would be able to help, maybe.
Yeah, how bad does it look?
It looks like pretty hurt. I mean, if not treated, maybe the horse will succumb. But it looks like the horse is in pain.
Okay. So what we're gonna do? One of you is gonna break the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, I'm just irritated because I'm not in D&D Beyond right now.
Where are my spells?
Yes, I'm
my
gonna
God.
heal.
Okay, how are you gonna heal him?
Healing
no,
word,
Blackwater
I think
also
I have
has something?
prepared.
No. I was just considering whether it should be like, is it important who breaks it or like how elegantly you break it? Does it matter?
I just want to let everybody know I just used 2 hit dice to get some of my strength back.
I'm gonna use one of mine.
Sure
as well.
thing. I mean, keep that in mind. We're just gonna, like, if you continue to rest after this, you can do so. Unless we say you guys waited for 2 hours and are now investigating.
Yeah, well, no. I'm just trying. Can you save him, or should we put him out of his misery? That's the question.
Well, I would try to save him first.
Okay, then I'll break the arrow.
Okay.
And
easy enough. Bramwolf just snaps it off, and the rest of the arrow, you're gonna pull it out while Tiala healing words him.
Well, what I would do is before I snap it, because is it directly in the neck or is it on the side of the neck?
It's sticking out on the side of the neck.
Okay, kind of pulling the horse with all my might. It's a horse is a horse, of course. But if you put it down, I want to see that I can, like you're supposed to put an arrow out, puncture it through the other side and pull it out. Okay. Because you break, what you want to do first is you don't break the shaft until you pull out the arrow. So you pull it and push in the puncture, try to deaden the wound or something. I don't know if there's something we can do to deaden the wound.
Well, with like healing word, it's possible to heal the area. So I would say, Branwolf, you give me an animal handling check, and Tiala, you roll for healing word. Healing word.
That is with moral support to everyone.
14 plus 3 for animal handling. I've got a 17.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna cast it at level 3.
All right.
Just to be.
Just to remind you, you're only getting a short rest after this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's 8. No. Yes, 8 points of healing.
8
All right.
points of healing. Wow.
I rolled really bad.
Bramwolf, you're pretty good at keeping Arvik down and in place. You puncture the wound while Tiala is already putting her arcane healing power to work, and easy enough, the arrow's removed and the horse kind of gives off this sighing noise, and it seems to be tired but definitely healed, and the wound does not seem to be mortal anymore.
Do we still have some of that water that we went and got? And
your water skins are still full.
Yeah, I'm going to try to just kind of to cool it down, wash the wound down a little bit, give some water into its nuzzle.
Yeah, you
Just
see
kinda
also
give
that
the whole-
the healing word, you wash off the blood, and immediately you see beneath the healing word from Tiala's magic, it was working
Okay.
brilliantly.
just wanna
The
make
skin
sure
is
that
already
Arvik-
back
that
together.
Arvik gets something to drink, and
But
I
yeah,
wish
there's
I-
no sign of Bertrand anywhere.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Because
Can I
all
try
you
to
see
find-
is the ripped rope
Okay.
that you tied him with.
Okay.
Can I try to find out where he went?
Sure, give me
I should
a survival check
Yeah, and I should
This would be-
probably be able to, since
to
I
try
do
and read
ha-
tracks.
Yeah, I read tracks and do scout stuff in the.
Yeah, you can both do.
And this
Both
is-
of you make
okay.
a survival check.
Yeah.
24?
I want to. Oh.
You want to give moral support?
No, well, no. Apparently, you didn't.
I
help
want to
that
give
much.
moral support.
I
No,
got it.
I want to check if there's anything damaged, like at the cart or something.
Okay.
No. So mine is
Sure,
12.
you roll an investigation
Yeah.
check, Blackwater.
Yep.
Okay. I
So
have
what do
12
the
plus
two-
3 is 15.
15 and
For survival.
24 it was, right?
Mm.
Or what was it, Tiala? Yeah. So both of you see the line it was tied with. It definitely ripped by force. Your best guess with reading the tracks around the area is that Bertrand definitely kind of ripped itself from the post where you tied him to, probably due to fear. And you see that you kind of follow the hoof, the footsteps of the tracks for a while. They lead further away from the road into the swamp, and leading on for about 30 seconds or 1 minute of searching, you find that there's a second pair. There's like a pair of boots that kind of come closer to wherever Bertrand wandered off to, and you see both of them walking away further inland, further towards the swamps.
So, do we try to find our horse so we can get further on, or do we?
Do I know how far we've come? Like how far we are from Burle?
Your best guess, because you made pretty good headway after this first night. You think that probably not on the next day, but maybe that she'll be there either. If you keep on pushing through the night, you might be like at Burle during the course of the night, or maybe like in the early morning of the day after.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
So
basically.
at least, like with our best efforts, we would take 24 hours to get there, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
With one horse?
not exactly, yeah, but probably more. You're looking at maybe like another day's journey, definitely, and then if you keep on pushing and not wait, you can be there in the dead of night.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll get there
Can
by
Arvik
morning.
pull that cart alone?
We will probably have to lighten the load a bit.
I think, yeah, lighten the load, and I think I'm going to have to take over Bertrand's part.
Hey, leave the dwarf and the
Yeah.
sorcerer. They ain't here.
They ain't here, they're sleeping.
Could do that. I'm not against it.
Lighten the load. Just dump them in the swamps.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, we need them. We need Freon at the very least. I'm not sure about the drunkard.
Well, he's a comic relief, at least.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, I don't know. I personally, the thing is, we also need to give the horse a rest right now because he's probably super exhausted at this point.
Yeah, he looks a bit like he's already, in terms of just like bedding his head down, kind of gaining some
think-
shut-eye.
Okay,
Just
I
resting.
personally think we can have like a rest of like 4 hours, depart in the morning basically, which would mean we would arrive in the day after, I'm assuming around like morning or noon, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is about what we expected, so we would still be on time and we would not like overexhaust our horse.
Yeah. And we all can need the rest, that's true.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyone against? Anyone? Any other ideas maybe?
No, I think it's a good idea.
Right, in that case, we do a short rest.
All right. So you guys go ahead and mark down your short rest. You can use any hit die, which you've might have gained before.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
Just to rest back up.
Nice.
Okay, so I have to mark off the last rage I went into. So I still have enough. Still have 3 rages.
Yeah, how are you guys all doing on hit points, by the way, now?
Well,
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm better than I was.
Okay. I mean, because those of you that in this case, Tiala is probably the only one that had a full long rest.
Yeah.
Since the rest of you had watches and you were interrupted, you know. So just wanted to point that out just in case.
Just assume I'm always like on the verge of death, which I think is kind of a safe bet, to be honest.
All right. Okay. So you, at the next morning, the night passes without incident. At the next morning, Arvik looks kind of rested, still a little bit shaky on his legs.
Oh, about my investigation to check the car.
Oh, yeah, exactly. What did you roll?
I had a 19.
Okay, I mean, you're definitely sure since you weren't carrying that much load. Nothing is broken. Everything is still in place. So everything seems fine. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Any sign of the pool that got away? Anything from that direction?
Also, just you find several other sets of footprints, also of some participants that weren't part of the battle, that lead back similar to the one, to the footprints of the horse that lead further into the swamp away from the road.
Okay.
Yeah, as you do kind of try and saddle Arvik back in, whoever's heading this, make an intelligence check for me, because you're currently trying to, you have a 2-carded horse, you know, and you're trying to kind of loosen the strains and put everything back together so it can be pulled effectively by one horse.
I need a pair of glasses for these kind of situations, just to appear a bit more intelligent.
Your spectacles. Yes.
Your spectacles.
What about a horse and a barbarian?
Uh-huh.
I was thinking, what about a horse and another horse?
And 2
I've got
direwolves
6
and a barbarian.
hours.
Anything. And a barbarian. And a big bear.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, let's speedrun this.
Yeah, that's true.
Have a
2
bear
hours.
pull the whole thing.
Just lift it up. Okay.
What's the strongest thing that you can turn into, Tiala? So like an ox or something like that? I mean, anything which you've seen, I think, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is that we still got the
Yeah.
horse, so I can't be stronger than the horse.
Oh, we can put, just lay the horse on the cart, let it rest while Tiala pulls it.
Or one of us can, or one of
On
us
top
can
of
ride it.
Rion and Kader.
The thing
Yeah.
is, if we encounter any guards or anything, they will find that super weird, and we have to prevent people knowing that we are using magic.
That's
So
your
a
weird.
giant tarantula just wouldn't work, because that would be pretty cool. Though.
Not around here. I'm not sure about like Reveilla in the main.
Make a history check. No. It's definitely untypical for giant spiders to be pulling carts.
If Tiala wouldn't mind turning into a horse and working, it'll probably
Just be
good for
reminded it
experience,
lasts
no?
for 4 hours? No. How long does Beast Shape last? One use?
3 hours, but I've got
3 hours,
like
okay.
2 charges, so
Okay.
I could
So
do 6
effectively
hours.
you could do it for 6 hours.
So
And then I
that's
need
our-
a short rest.
Yeah, so that's our two choices we have. Get back on the road and head towards the destiny which is supposed to be ours. That means find Burle and continue on with our quest. Or head out and follow the footsteps and try to find poor old Bertrand, who's probably going to be salami for the hools. So
I don't want to be the only one taking decisions here, but I would vote against looking for the horse.
I don't want to leave the. Everybody warned us, don't leave the path. No, never leave the path.
Oh yeah, you see what happened last time.
Yeah, that's true.
You got infected.
And I don't want to be the one who's being blamed, even though Freon's not here.
I can hear him.
I can hear him waking up in the back. Did you let the barbarian lead us again? Oh, great. Yeah, well, man, what a friend. Let's just sweep a tear for the horse.
Exactly, I would say the horse and Tiala for 6 hours, and then Brunwolf takes over while Tiala takes a rest. And I keep a lookout for...
I mean, a short rest is like 1 hour, which you probably need anyway if you want to have like a proper lunch, unless you're just munching the whole day on rations or whatever.
Yeah, I think we can expend 1 hour for
and I think between the two of us, if what's his name, Avrik? No, what's the other horse's name? Avrik? No.
Arvik is the one that's with you. Bertrand is the one that's gone.
If Arvik kind of shares his feedback with me and gives me some of his oats, I'll push. I can put it, do the Conan, like on the wheel. Sure. Okay, then let's head out so that we can get back on the road.
So Tiala, you change into
I would change into a war horse because I think I might have seen some by now.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
You've seen some
I think
of
that's
the
the coolest I can
Kingsmen
do.
pulling through and stuff.
Are you going to be
war horses?
Since you are a female changeling or a female thing, would you be a female horse then?
Yes.
Ooh, dangerous. What is Arvik?
Arvik's a male.
Oh, dangerous. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch out that you don't look too good to him. All of a sudden you...
Just keep the eye flaps.
Yeah, keep the eye flaps on him and...
exactly.
And put some hair around his nuzzle that he doesn't smell a female next to him. So,
all right, can we depart and ignore this terrible conversation, please?
I can hear Arvik say, "And how are you doing?"
In horse.
In horse.
All right, so Tiala, you change into your
friends.
The warhorse form of your choice, however pretty you want to look.
Make it a unicorn.
Obviously, very pretty.
Yeah.
Very
and
pretty.
I'm a ginger, so I'm a ginger horse.
Ooh. Oh, there you go. Yeah. This beautiful, foxy-looking horse suddenly appears next to you.
How you doing, eh?
Arvik doesn't even compare from the looks of it. How good this war horse is looking. She looks much more built as well compared to him. Don't
demotivate him. He still needs to pull us.
You strap him in, her in, and him and her. Whoever's keeping the reins on Arvik, you make an animal handling check for me.
Sure.
Tiala, you make a strength check for me, and whoever else is keeping a lookout
That'd be me.
while riding. Yeah, then Blackwater, you make a perception check for me.
I'm guessing you don't need my intelligence check anymore.
That would be a 19 for the animal handling.
The intelligence was for... What was it
to
again?
Balance out like the single horse weight and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. That was because basically you're still using it for two horses. I'm sorry.
One time,
you will
one
never ever do another intelligence check. That was it. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Oh, that's actually not bad, but I have a negative on perception. Holy shit, I have 14.
Yeah, I rolled a 9, so
a 9.
I'm
Okay.
not the strongest.
I had a
handling
19 on the animal handling because I have plus 3 on my animal handling.
Yeah, over the first 3 hours you're doing this. Easy enough. Tiala, you, I'm guessing, also expend your second beast shape as well to keep continuing. So we're just gonna do this for all the 6 hours. It seems you're keeping while Arvik is definitely like interested in whoever this new horse is. He's kind of keeping to himself, and he's still a bit. You feel him. He doesn't have the whole weight he can pull onto him. He doesn't have all of his strength back, suffering from that wound, but he's still trying his best. He's trying to be a good horse. Tiala, after 4 hours, you know why you're not gonna be a horse for the rest of your life, because this is going on. Your back is starting to ache, your muscles are aching. But you definitely think that you can go the last 2 hours, and then with the short rest, that should help. Blackwater, what was your perception roll?
14.
14, okay. You coming closer, further inland now, you are slowly but surely, you notice that the kind of marshy region that you're currently traversing, slowly but surely is a little less moist. You're starting to get more into like the greenish area. It's not like nice greenlands that you have seen in Revelia, but it's more of like rocky in parts, almost dusty in terms. The lush undergrowth is getting a bit less as well. So yeah, the first 6 hours pass. There's no incident, nothing. You meet not a soul on the road. You do notice that around after these 6 hours, slowly but surely, you now notice it because you don't hear as many birds and other crickets and insects which you've heard in the marshes before. But that might just be the slight, change in topography, geography, if you the biome, basically. But yeah. So what are you doing after the first 6 hours? Tiala, you kind of poof back, getting out of the girdle and stuff.
This sucks, you guys.
Yeah.
My shoulders hurt.
Lay down in the back have those guys make some rest there, because I don't know why they're still hiding. There's no one here, but I'm gonna.
They are just lazy.
Yeah,
I think Kadir's sleeping.
Yeah. Well, cute.
Yeah, Kadir's sleeping. Freon's keeping his head out. They're not like under the tarp or anything, since there's no other,
Well, I'll take over. Cue the music to Conan the Barbarian, Wheel of Pain. I think that's track 3 of the soundtrack, and you'll hear the barbarian grunt and do his
Ranwolf
thing.
takes out his
CD
player.
Yeah, take out my CD player, put in Conan the Barbarian. and
Okay, so
pushing.
you wanna do your short rest on the cart, basically, Tiala, while Branwolf pushes with.
That way we can take over, or I can take
I
over.
can do that, yes, sure.
Yeah, you can do that. You can short rest on while on the cart.
Yeah.
It's getting a little comfy with the other two boys in the back, but
That's okay.
with Freon and Kadir there,
I
but still.
kicked Freon out.
Hey, Blackwater, easy on the whip, okay? You don't have to use it. Don't have to crack it. Don't crack it on my butt.
That's not what you said
or
last time. Come on.
I know. Well, that was different. We were alone. There was meat involved, and it was in the cellar of your house. And we said we were never going to talk about that.
If you want some meat, I've got some meat. I mean, if you want to set the mood.
No, I set the mood. No, I'll just pull the cart and be a good barbarian. And
All right,
we'll never talk
As you
about
wish.
these other things again. So
All right, Branwolf, give me a strength check, please,
Yes,
for
I
this
will.
1 hour that you're powering through until Tiala gets her forms back.
What's that? Strength 11 plus strength is 7. Wow, boy, I'm strong. 18.
18. During this hour, it's like a little finicky trying to get like a good handle on this stuff, because it wasn't made for like humanoids. But yeah, easy enough. You just at one point take one side of the cart and just pull the whole thing. You feel the splinters already working themselves into your hand, but it doesn't bother you. You see after about 50 or so minutes, further down the road, probably still another 120 or so feet away, the shape of a rider, somebody on a horse who looks to be coming towards you.
Strangers, Frank.
Yeah, should we take the barbarian back on board? I mean, we still want to appear as merchants, I guess.
Put it this way, yeah. I'm gonna lay down. I'm just gonna have Arvik stand there alone for now. Stay, get back on. Put on my garb. Get my axes ready. Come up, sit next to Blackwater, and since you say they're approaching us, we'll just kind of sit there like we're having a short pause, kind of.
Yeah, a break. Yeah. I mean, we can start eating lunch, I guess.
Yeah, we can have a start. Not standing in the middle of the road.
You should all strike off one lunch.
Yeah, we should pull over and just kind of have a ration. We're having lunch. A break here, so we're just merchants having a break. Yeah, so take off our rations.
Did he already see us on the wagon?
Doesn't look like it. He's still far off away.
But the rider is approaching us.
He's definitely approaching.
Okay, well, good. We'll just.
But I think we should hide just in case. I mean, as magic users should hide. So
you're gonna pull the tarp over you, three guys.
Yeah, exactly.
The nautical incident.
All right.
You should hide, Mr. Frodo. We never know. We might be Gandalf. Well, then we can surprise him on the way.
Yeah, okay, then we'll have the magic users hide, and
all right. So
Blackwater,
Bramble standing next to Arvik, stuffing his face. Blackwater also keeping a lookout towards this rider. The rest of you guys beneath the tarp. The rider approaches. What's your passive perception, Blackwater and Branwolf?
8.
A moment.
Fuck.
10.
10, okay.
10.
Bramwolf sees this first. Well, he's already pretty close. You see a very nice, strong brown steed carrying what looks to be a... you see similar garbs as you've seen before on the one ranger you saw on the side of the road. So you definitely recognize the insignia of the Rebellion Empire on his chest and the garb. He's kind of like moving to the left and right while he approaches you. And getting closer does not seem... You see the hood pulled far into the face. Does not seem to react at all.
I'm going to...
Perfect.
Should I say something?
No.
No?
Just... No.
Yeah, while he's like getting closer to you, you see him. So you now see this closer. You see on parts of the horse he's riding, there are like spickles of dried blood, and you see it now himself on the cloak somewhere in the abdomen area and chest. There's like lots of blood, and while he's right passing you, he just like slumps down into the muck of the road next to you. The horse slowly giving off a very tired feel. The horse slowly walking further from where in the direction of where you guys came.
I jump off the cart and just kind of, with my animal handling, try to, calm the horse and bring it to.
All right, give me an animal handling check.
To our other horse. 10 plus, what was animal handling? 3, 13.
13.
Yeah.
As you approach the horse, it kind of seems to spook a sec with your towering, your towering body type approaching, and then immediately reins up and starts to just gallop off into the direction where you came.
Understandable. Tiala, you've checked out the one corpse that we saw on the way here, right?
Yeah.
Could you compare it to this one, maybe?
I can try.
Similarities.
So, Tiala comes up. What the hell's going on?
I was peeking
out
the blanket the whole time.
Yeah, you saw the horse like riding away. So what you want
So
to do? You
the
want
horse
to
took off, so that's the horse is
The
gone.
horse took off, yeah.
Okay,
Unless you
well-
want to like start running.
No, I'm not going. I want to see if the guy is still alive and if he can be helped. And I mean, he's a ranger. Rangers are good, aren't they? Aren't rangers good? I mean, they're loyalists and they're empire people and quote Brits. Fuck the empire. But
I mean,
still,
what you know, Rangers, what Blackwater and the rest told you, the Rangers of Burle and of the region patrolling this old coast road, they are known to keep the road safe.
Yeah.
And especially anything, they're often employed as also the like the guards and the watchmen of Burle to keep anything that ventures too far from the Dreadwood and push it back, fight it back inside,
So
it doesn't like
attacked him
harm
probably
civilized
is
life.
as evil for us too.
They're
so
keeping
we
the
should-
wilderness at bay, basically.
Yeah, so we should probably see if we can maybe help him see him. Is he still breathing? I mean, he fell over. Kind of lift him
He's
up a
not
little
moving.
bit. He's not moving.
No.
Okay.
Can I check him if he's still breathing and if
Yeah,
the wounds are
make a
the
medicine
same?
check if you want to check the wounds.
Just slapping once in the face. Usually
Bramble
works.
can help you if you want to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll check.
Since you're both
Can I help as
checking
well
him.
somehow?
Well, it's two guys rolling
Wow.
for advantage. you
Moral
know.
support.
I got good roll today. That is just a normal roll. What was that?
Medicine in this case.
Medicine.
Why is
No.
the barbarian doing
Zero.
medicine?
Yeah, I'm 0 at medicine, but that's okay. I have a 19.
Oh, never
What?
mind. okay.
I've
I would
got
not
only
have
an
done that.
11.
No, I have good
11.
rolls.
Okay.
Easy roll of dice, man. Easy roll of dice.
Tiala, would you notice, compared to the other corpse you found on your first day inland, it's definitely other wounds. These have not been made by crude weapons of any kind. Branwell, if you get the sense, whatever struck him down, the biggest wound is just this large gash across his chest area. Something with big claws that probably gashed at him. There are some bite marks here and there, and he
mean, I've
probably
seen-
bled to death.
Yeah.
Maybe like a day ago,
Oh,
not
okay.
older.
Damn.
Okay, so
And you're
he's-
guessing from the way
so
he's been
dead.
like
he just
the way he
fell,
kind of
he
like
fell off the horse dead. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't still. Oh, okay. So
No.
I have seen up in the Skilfing lands, of course, and in my adventures, I've seen bear attacks. And does this remind me of a bear attack, or is this some kind of beast? Where I said more or less. I mean, we even seen dragon attacks too.
This is
But this is-
definitely larger than a
Okay.
bear,
Okay.
and it's also from the way the flesh was ripped, far more ferocious.
Okay.
What else could we meet in this kind of area?
Well,
Would
I'm-
I know anything about any
Yeah, I
larger
was just gonna
beasts?
say, would you know
like
any-
the crocodiles up in the swamp? Like, is there some similarity in Burle? Like some similar?
Yeah, make a survival check for me.
Yeah. 16.
16.
Nope.
Definitely nothing you've come across in the swamps that you think might have been able to do this. But I mean, you're not sure of anything like outside the Salt Marsh and Hool Marshes area of the beasts that dwell on this island. You've heard stories of powerful dark creatures that emerge from the Dreadwood even every then and now, but that's
I
what the
think-
rangers are for. Your
Yeah.
best guess is that this ranger, he somehow battled a foe that was either has proven too much for him, or maybe was some other kind of victim.
Yeah. Tiala, I remember you telling us some of your dreams. I never had the dream of the hag or anything like that because but you were telling us that this being or this hag had like long sharp claws or something. Could it be that he really even already ventured into Mommy Nightshade's realm and got attacked because she's supposed to be very fast, I guess, and also.
To be honest, I don't think so. I don't think claw wounds are hag style.
Okay.
Also, since you know, Branwolf, that the wounds are probably like a day old.
Yeah.
The Dreadwood is deep, like a travel of several days. It's a deep forest, and if this hag is somewhere within that forest,
it wouldn't be
he
her.
suffered those wounds somewhere on the outskirts, probably, or outside of it even.
Oh well, we just have to keep our eyes open for dread beasties. Since he's lying there, should we kind of check his pockets?
Take a look at it. Maybe some kind of identification or something.
Maybe he has some kind of writ of importance on him, or a badge, or maybe even his clothes. I mean, hey, we can dress up as rangers.
It doesn't hurt to take it with us if it's good enough still. I mean,
the clothes, they are blood-soaked, and the leather armor they're wearing down beneath, it's been mostly like ripped apart,
but
spilled
does he have
with
anything
flesh
on him?
and guts.
Anything?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm thinking parchment or a badge or something. Oh, that wasn't that good. What do I have? Investigation is I'm really shitty investigation. Anybody want to help me?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, please, because I just had a 7. But Blackwater's
17.
Yeah, there you go. Much better.
17.
Gonna have a look.
You find a small personal pouch that has a silver ring with no stone inside, and a total of 25 gold pieces. And there is on one of his inner pockets of the cloak, there is a small little parchment that has a note on it that says, "To the Council of Salt Marsh and whoever else this may concern, Burle needs help. Mercenaries wanted. Send as many able men as possible. Will be rewarded in gold and more."
No reasoning why, like why.
And it's just signed the Earl of Burle.
The Earl of Burle.
Does the ring have any inscriptions?
The ring itself has a small little inscription that just spells out Penelope.
Penelope.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to know.
Penelope. A silver ring says Penelope, no stone. Well, Blackwater, I think that's kind of up your alley.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find a girlfriend called Penelope. I'll put the 25 gold pieces to the other 17 that we found, and as always, we will somehow spend them together.
You mind if I keep those? Because last time I asked you for gold, like you got back to me with
don't you
wanted interest.
Don't you still owe me money? Or one moment,
No,
no.
I do not, because I'm not gonna fucking get any money from you.
Okay, so you have 42 gold pieces, which I'm taking off here, which I'm giving to you.
42.
Yeah, 25 and 17. We found 17 laying around where the whole crap was.
From the Hool Folks.
Sure.
Yeah, man, I'm not too proud to bend down and pick up some shiny stuff. Yeah, you know.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that you were giving me so much.
And the silver ring Penelope goes to Blackwater.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Let's just pull the corpse to the side of the road, and I think that's the best thing we can do. We don't have time to bury him or anything.
No, just give him the old Western burial rite. Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Yeah, the burial rite. Like in Young Guns, just throw them in the air and just kick the boots, put the dust over them. That's it. Yeah, the Western burial rites.
All right, so you pull him
Okay.
on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Tiala, your short rest has passed. You
Any show of the horse coming back, looking for its master? Maybe.
No, the horse is gone.
Okay, whatever. That's
Yeah.
more food for the hools. That's okay. Okay. Do you want to continue on as a horsey? Is she rested, or should I? I mean, I think I still have in it. I can still go. I just stopped because we didn't know who was coming, so that's
Yeah.
why.
Were we faster with Branwolf or with Tiala?
No, with Tiala because she's a
Okay.
full-on horse. You know.
She's a full-on horse.
Branwolf
I
is
mean,
full-on
Bramble
barbarian.
is strong, but the problem is if Bramble keeps on going, he will definitely be exhausted compared to the rest of you.
I'm
Also,
hoping that as soon
horses have can walk 60 feet, and I think run
They're
with only
a bit
40
quicker,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, and you have better rhythm than the barbarian. But I have the power. No, okay, then I'll have the horsey come back. Looking, because he seemed to have been coming from the Burle area. Can we see outskirts already? Or are we still too far away from
You're
the
still
town?
at best guess if you're since it's now heading on, getting close to like late afternoon.
Yeah.
If you continue until the evening,
Yeah.
your best guess is that if you power through the night, you'll get there in the middle of the
Okay.
night. If you, but you will all be exhausted.
No,
if you
we'll
camp down
rest,
for another
yeah,
night,
we'll
you should
camp.
be there early
Yeah.
in the morning
Yeah.
still.
So let's head on until it starts to get dark, and then find
Yeah.
something which looks close enough to the road, but just maybe there's a grove of trees. Or since you said the marsh is becoming less, it's more green area, probably some shrubberies or something where you could probably have a camp. So I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for a campsite as soon as the sun starts
Yeah,
to go
the
down.
sun is slowly, like, as you're continuing on with Tiala in warhorse form, pulling the cart with Arvik, the other horse, you continue on. You see far off in the distance to the left, there is a... it almost looks like some sort of hill with lots of smaller... smaller hill tops on top of it. Almost, they look like burial mounds from this distance. Like a couple 100 feet off to the distance, not directly onto like your direction you're going, but off the beaten path.
This is turning into a very Fellowship of the Ring type of thing. You got riders. We don't know nothing. We have a burial ground, like what was it? The top, not shadow top.
Weather top.
Weather top. Yeah.
You continue further on, and the sun is now starting to set. There's like several possible sites you've already passed that would make probably a fine camping site.
I just don't want to be too close to any burial mounds because I don't want to start having burial wights and ghosts and whatever come at us in the middle of the night.
I mean, where you are right now, where you could be camping, you still see it off far in the distance.
That's okay, but we can break here. So I'll take the first watch since I'm.
All right.
Take Kader with you.
Yeah, that's true. Have Kader with me.
Yeah.
See, maybe
All
if
right.
he still has some wine to share.
Pack all of the things, unbuckle the horses, really tighten up Arvik's rope this time as well.
Yes. Matter of fact, I want to be close enough to our last horse just in case. So if we make it, if you guys
you put it closer to the fire this time around, not that far
this
off.
time close to the fire, and if something happens again, then we should be able to.
Easy enough. Kader is setting up his bottle of wine and his dinner ration. You can like mark off another ration, each and every one of you, for dinner. Branwolf, you sit up next to him while the rest slowly but surely beds down.
Yeah, I'm going to before it's the gets too dark and before the watch starts, I'm going to just kind of forage around to see if I can find a stream with some more or something where I can get, since this seems to be a nicer area. Maybe get some clean water for us, for the horses, for some cooking pans or something. If you want to stew some roots or whatever, make some grass soup or whatever I find.
Yeah, easy enough. You prepare a little something over the fire. Make a perception check for me.
Yeah, I just did it. A 3.
3.
A 3.
Nothing happens.
I found grass.
I mean, the only thing during your watch which kind of like catches your eye a little bit, looking off into the distance where these barrow mounds were visible, you see might be like weird lights. I mean, this is hundreds of feet away, which makes it definitely visible in the night, though. Still, you see a few like lights flicker up here and there. It's not torch lights. It's just some weird, almost like similar like magical lights you would see with you've seen with Tiala's forces and Frion and Kader, but it's weird and it gives you the creeps.
Yeah.
But you don't.
But it stays there. It's up there at the mound. It's not,
it's just here and there, just something that like faintly glows up and then vanishes again.
What direction?
It's far off. Since you're heading basically westward at this point, this is farther down to the south, probably southeast, where you came more from like the northeastern area.
So that's around where the Dreadwood is, I guess. Like,
I mean, what you do see is that still like behind the barrow mounds, you see this big. It's just like this weird mush of green, just gigantic and long, which you assume is the outskirts of the Dreadwood. So you're definitely getting closer. But yeah, Branwolf's watch comes to an end. Is there anybody else is taking second watch?
I would take the second watch with Rion.
Okay. And easy enough. Branwolf and Kadir bed down. Then you give me a perception roll as well. I'm going to be rolling for Frion.
That is a 17.
17. While you stare into the fire during the watch, you suddenly notice something that looks a bit off from where the fire was built. You see tracks that kind of resemble almost a canine-like form almost. They kind of look like wolves or dog tracks, but bigger. And they seem to have been like several ones, like sizable, definitely.
Direwolves, or even larger.
Bigger than your normal like dog or wolf. And they slowly seem to like. It's like a chaos. It's almost like there's been one or more of them that have walked through this area, and with your perception check, you can give me another like a survival check.
I say all wisdom. That's an 8.
An 8. Still easy enough with like the partly like mucky nature of the ground. They seem to like drift off from where you built your camp a bit, but not far. They change into human tracks. The canine ones suddenly stop. And suddenly you see a few human tracks, and then they change to boot tracks, leading away from the camp further.
But where do the wolves hide the boots? Great,
Yeah.
like as if
In the
hag is
trees!
not
In
enough.
the trees!
Yeah.
As
Werewolf
if a hag is
boys
not
out there
enough.
Nikes with them.
Should-
Just do it.
But yeah,
Werewolf
other
and
than
the
that,
Nikes.
your watch also comes to a close.
I shake Tiala from her slumber,
slumber.
whatever the hell she does, and show
Sitting
her
upright
the
in her
tracks.
tent.
Did somebody get free on a kick too? Because he's.
No,
Yeah, he was watching with
Oh, he was watching.
Blackwater.
Okay.
I mean, I can kick him if you want.
No, it's okay. No, he's a good guy. He's just.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so yeah, you wake up Tiala.
Yeah, what?
Tiala in the, like, still a ways of dawn. You're woken for the last watch. You also give me another perception check.
21.
21. Over the course of your watch, nothing particular happens. You also notice these weird tracks all across the campsite further off, also that lead away to the road, from the road. It's like all over the place. But following single sets of them, you see them also like changing into human form. But that's it. You all come fully rested, back in the morning. Finally a night you could use to sleep through.
Yeah.
The sun is still, it's just like peaking. You're currently in the blue hour. It still hasn't peaked around the ridges far away. But you're definitely awake and getting the sense of you're ready to continue your journey.
Yeah, and Blackwater, how far do you think we still have until we reach Burle? Now, since we have a whole day ahead of us, will we make
I
it?
think
Couple
just,
of
hours, at your
just a
best
few
guess.
hours before
okay,
noon,
good.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, good. Then I'd say let's head out and then catch a late breakfast or a mid-noon snack as soon as we get to Burle, because we have to find this what's his face anyways.
No, I would do that on our way after the hag, I would say.
Oh, that's true again. Yeah, because that doesn't. Yeah, that's true. Then we should. But we should find something we can stock up on before we
definitely.
head towards Haggendom.
Now, while we do the journey towards Burle, I would like to think as hard as I can about werewolves. Do they pose a threat? Like, are there any werewolf factions around here that I know of, maybe?
Make a history check.
Yes.
I would also like to do a history check of what werewolves are, or what I know in the Skilfing lands. If they're
Okay.
remember, there's werebears,
Then you also give me a, well, in your case for Blackwater it's a history check. For you it would be a nature check.
a nature check.
17.
Nature check. That is an 18 for me.
18, all right. Blackwater, you think about the fact, I mean, the last time you've been to Burle, you were a small little halfling fella visiting the
Like 2
hometown
months
of your
ago.
parents. You do remember your mom and your dad often telling you about like the dark forces that the rangers would draw, like fight off from Burle, keeping the roads safe for the few merchants between here and Saltmarsh, and also just the civilian life in general here, because Burle is quite close to the Dreadwood itself. You know that there's always been like this it's almost like an everlasting strife between like the civilian forces and these creatures that come out, and Burle has been used to the odd attack or two, and you know that the people of Burle, they're used to like quickly gathering, fighting back, seeking shelter due to like attacks that appear out of nowhere. You do know that the word lichen was mentioned here and there in these stories, but you've never like paid it that much interest, since it was just like a tale from, you know, the hometown of your parents, and nothing quite as interesting as the sailing life had in store from you. Bramwolf, you know that like werewolves are one of several like lycanthropes that exist in the world as we know it today. You know that the lichen, like the curse of lycanthropy is usually passed on by bites. Especially, it doesn't always have to be, has to be like a single bite that transmits this curse. But it is said, also in Skilfing believe, that the closer the full moon is, that it's more, it happens more often.
Mm-hmm.
You do know generally that werewolves, they're savage in their art. In their humanoid form, they have like heightened senses, but it's not until they change into this ferocious werewolf form where they usually fight with tooth and claw. And many a Skilfing that has come has come to their end against a single werewolf. And it's usually, what you know is that they are usually like exiled as well from the group or society they live in, these humanoids, to live in exile and fight for their own. But it is, while it's rare, it is known that some werewolves have also like gathered and live in their own societies and hunt in packs as well.
Wonder if you can become a werewolf and still be an adventurer.
And you do know something which is very passed on knowledge from Skilfing to Skilfing. Werewolves, as all lycanthropes, are they can take a punch pretty hard. Normal attacks from normal blades don't pierce their hide too much.
Would I know anything about the legend of silver?
You know that
silver
both silver and also like old arcane magical weapons usually were used to in defense, like proper defense against werewolves.
Good old Talon, if worse comes to worse. I see it coming. My good old magical friend. Okay.
Do I know if they're, or do we know if they are susceptible to poison?
You don't.
I need to find silver bullets in Burle. Just in case.
You have a gun. That's true.
Cheek. So I'm assuming we know what to expect in Burle, knowing that there's something going on over there. At least my suspicion would be that we would encounter a few, werewolf-stricken villagers over there, I guess. But yeah, I would say we continue our journey and see.
All right. Yeah, I mean, Tiale would probably take you one more beast shape, starting in the morning, because as Blackwater knows, it's only like once the Old Coast Road it hits a big river called the Widowwind River that kind of makes its way towards past Burle and then loses itself within the Dreadwood. You make your way there. After the first hour, you already hear the rushing of this river coming closser, and you follow it easy enough.
I would like, before we continue on, because I knew Brand Wolf saves everything, I know, but you will remember that I took off that silver banshee necklace from the head banshee many, many moons ago. Blackwater, I'd like to give that to you because it looks like it's pure silver. And maybe if you have these bullets, which are probably just normal like balls or something,
bearings,
bearings. Small, maybe you can I have smithing. Now I've been proficient with smithing because the DM said after I read all my books and Lucian's things, I know how to smith. But if we can find a blacksmith, maybe they can melt that down and you can probably get about 10 or 12 bullets out of this necklace.
I
think-
would be up for it. If you don't need it,
No,
sure.
I don't. I'm going to take. I'm taking it off my list here. So
What is
write
it called?
down. It's a silver banshee necklace.
Yeah, just a
I
silver
don't-
necklace.
Yeah, it's a silver necklace. I
got
think
it off
we
the
checked
banshee.
it. I don't think it had any magical qualities.
Nope.
I can't remember. It was just. I
pure
just kept
silver.
it for silver. So that way you can. I think if we could find a blacksmith, you'd be able to. They should be able to make like little bullets for you, just in case, since we be away. Yeah, sure.
sounds good.
But continue on, I guess. Head towards Burle.
All right.
Burle.
Yeah, you follow the Widowwind River, coming closer now. You see already far off to the distance there are these several like smoke pillars from several fires around on the northern side of the river. You see this large like walled-in structure of a town. You see it's like sturdy stone walls. Following the river, this little road kind of leads you along the river to across farmlands, and you see lots of thatched and wooden houses here and there. Most of them burned down. You see like coming closer, there's like this big bridge leading over the river to town, which you would have to cross. In front of it, there's this large, almost like a fort. There are several different logs that have been put up, and they kind of like spiked off the ends of them. There you see barricades in front of it as well. Getting closer to this structure, to this entrance before this walled off little area, before you get on top of to the bridge, immediately some smell hits you, and looking off far to the left, you see a huge pile of bodies, both getting a bit closer to it as you ride past it with the cart. You see already Arvik also just kind of starts getting a bit nervous by the smell of burned flesh. You see creatures, these bodies upon closer inspection, all charred and burned, but you see these creatures definitely resembling these creatures you've heard of in the legends. These werewolves, you see like long claws and fangs. They are still in their hybrid wolf form, but charred and burnt. And it's just this huge pile. You see there's currently like men in the process of, because here and there you see these fields that are around. They are still soaked with blood and partly guts. You see both rangers and these lichens alike that lie around here, but they are currently in the process of cleaning up this area in front of the battlements.
That answers our question of how our ranger friend died. Yeah.
You also see now, getting closer to the fort, these burned down structures here and there. You do what kind of like gives an off feeling is that they all have these little bells, mostly like in either at windows or in the like entryway, the doors. But yeah, you get closer to the battlements that currently have there's like this draw gate that's down, and there's a good 8-10 like rangers in front of it. The kind of, as you come close, put their hand up and get closer to the cart, saying, "Good day, sirs."
Snyder's Return is a tabletop role-playing podcast featuring interviews and a D&D 5e actual play adventure, so you can learn about different game systems and content creation, while also listening to us disrupt everyday life on the Sword Coast. We release episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on your podcasting platform, so come join us as we improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Traveling merchants, are we?
Yeah, we're heading towards Burle. We have
you certainly found that.
Some materials. We didn't know what that you were under attack when we left our town. We were supposed to meet up and sell our wares here. Is it still possible? Is there still?
Oh yeah, it's still possible if you've made it this far without problems. I'm guessing the inner city, the inner town, is the best place for you people to be right now.
Yeah, we were attacked by these ghoul creatures, but I guess we were very lucky that they just left us alone then. But
it's lucky you were fighting ghouls and not these beasts. And he kind of like kicks off one of the corpses of the Lycans to the side. Yeah, you've picked a darn dark time to visit Burle. But, we have to ask this to each merchant. What's your business here? Because we have to tell our lord.
Yeah.
I take out a health potion from the crate.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. This is one of the best medicine and medical health potions we're bringing here. We have a crate of these, and they could probably heal about everything. Mm-hmm. And we were supposed to.
You see, while you're saying this, there's like 3 or 4 that kind of make their way around the cart backside, just like looking at everything. There's one other ranger that comes up close to the other one, pulls his hood to the side and kind of whispers something to this captain in his ear. And he says, "Health potions, interesting. We don't get too much health potions, and we can certainly use these with our everlasting siege we have going here. I would say it would be best for you to probably meet the Earl himself, because he might be interested in purchasing these good health potions, which are scarce, for some good money off of your hands."
Yeah. Word of mouth was also that the Earl is looking for able-bodied men. I mean, I'm a merchant myself, but I'm pretty evil with a stick or a hunter's axe. So maybe.
I unroll the parchment that we got from the dead ranger and just say, yeah, we met your messenger on the way. He didn't make it, unfortunately. I hope you send out more than one.
Oh, and he kind of takes the message. Yeah, we did send out a few.
Okay.
These darned Lycans are brutal in their attacks. Well, if you're not able-bodied, we might have to send some some more. We were hoping to get some support from Saltmarsh. It's the closest town, as you might know if you're from there. Have you ever been to Burle before?
Yes. Have you sent a raven to Saltmarsh instead of a messenger? Because that seems a bit faster.
We
and
have
less
sent ravens,
dangerous.
yes, but they have gone unanswered so far, so we had to try a more direct approach, a personal one, if you may.
Yes.
Yeah, when we were leaving, we just noticed that there's also maybe the who knows, maybe the Kingsman can help you, because
you see, at the same time while the conversation is going on, there's like another troop of about 16 or so rangers that kind of give a quick word and nod to the captain, and they start venturing off further southward. You see it now far in the distance, this wall of dark green resembling the Dreadwood, like the outskirts of it. There's like several other trees closer, but they kind of make their way down a small winding path towards this area.
Okay.
And he says, the captain says, well, I'd best get you and your wares into town up to the castle so you can meet with the Earl directly, and he'll probably compensate you quite some good money for this, these fine wares. They are going to definitely save some of my men's life. I'm sure of it.
Okay, yeah, sure. Lead the way.
I'll send one of my rangers with you.
We have a few errands to take care of before. Would it be alright if we just make a few stops beforehand and then come and visit you so you can escort us afterwards?
Ideally, I would like to see these health potions make their way safe to the keep. You're free to go and do whatever you please after that.
I'm afraid that it's urgent errands. That
make a persuasion roll.
Between us, without saying this, but you guys all realize that we got those from your dad because we wanted to save them for ourselves.
You do also see on
exactly
top.
That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to go straight to the Earl.
I don't want to sell them.
You do also see on top of the battlements there are several like archers with nooked arrows, and they all like at the ready. They nooked them. They haven't like drawn them, but they are just at the ready and all kind of like keep a lookout around the whole area.
I've got a 13. Can I nudge Branwolf just like a bit to activate him to maybe help me?
Yeah, sure.
Activate him.
Let me have
let
me have a look around here. Looking around. That's 7.
What are you doing, Branwolf?
I'm rolling. Well, what am I supposed to be doing?
I don't know. What are you rolling for?
Oh, persuasion. Yeah.
You see Blackwater just nudging you a bit in the gut.
I take out my dagger and like slowly stab him.
Yeah. So, yeah, of course, yeah, man. And then I do my best persuasion with 17. Whatever I have to do to persuade. Use all my charm. Use my story.
You see this captain.
Tell them how a dangerous thing we have to do, and that he realizes that. Maybe give him the story about the Hool fever, how bad it is, and that we have to make sure that this doesn't also come to Burle, and this is why we have all kinds of ointments with us, and holding up some jar of piss on this side and some other old bottle, because you see
the captain putting one of his like gloved hands onto the side of the cart, looking up at both of you. We may have gotten off on the wrong foot, gentlemen. You are bringing very precious ointments that might save my people's lives.
And warnings.
We have very dark tidings here in Burle, and a very dire situation. Now I want those potions. I would buy them off of you right here, right now, but I do not have the means with me, and I have a job to fulfill. So I want you to follow my good friend George over here, and he kind of brings over another ranger who will guide you to the keep.
Ranger George.
Help you unload the cart, and the Earl will compensate you whatever you wish, and then you're free to go buy new wares and leave Burle or stay in town for your own good because the roads are dangerous. And he steps off again.
Hey.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Lead the way, George.
All right. George kind of takes Arvik by the thing and leads you into town slowly but surely. You come across the battlements. The gate is drawn up, and you make your way inside. Let me bring you guys over here to the Burle map.
Trying to think if I can slip, because our friends are in the back underneath there. They're hiding under this rope thing, or were they just sitting around? I don't know.
Let me take a look, because I have.
And I also have an idea. I still have a bottle of cranberry wine.
No. Let me take care of it.
I'm trying to see if we can empty some of the health potion out and then kind of put something or dilute it or something.
I've got it covered. Don't worry.
Okay.
I have it.
Yeah. So he kind of like leads you through the battlement through an area that looks very much like there's like ramshackle buildings here and there. These are still intact. Everything you see south of the river looks very like burnt. The buildings that stood there, the few thatched roofs have long been burnt down. It's been burnt down to just piles of wood. And this area seems rather like intact, but not the friendliest kind of neighborhood. And but without further incidents, since you have a ranger leading you through the area, he leads you to the town gates and gives a nod to the other ranger's position there. You see all along these walls, the battlements you've passed. These are they are armed and ready and all seem on edge. Like anything could happen at any moment. And
can we talk? Well, I mean, George is probably a little up thing. Can I talk with Blackwater?
Just you can whisper a bit.
Yeah, whisper between us. With
murmur a little bit.
Blackwater. With
I will roll a per. Give me a stealth check, and I will roll a perception check if the guard might hear you or not.
It should be passive perception, by the way.
I've got a 16. Yeah. Passive perception. I got a 16.
No, for you it's stealth.
Stealth?
Yeah, since you're trying to do this very stealthily.
16, yeah.
Still 16.
Yep.
Stealth,
it's like minus or plus your dexterity, whatever.
Wait a minute. Stealth. No, it's even +1. Why am I? I have dexterity. Okay, but it's 17. So interesting. Okay, yeah.
So go ahead, talk whatever you want to talk.
Yeah. With all this firepower and manpower and everything, I mean, they're sitting right outside of the wood and the stuff where we have to go to. I don't know. Do you think we can feed them some kind of bullshit story that the head queen of all evil is, the hag is the mother of all lichens, and that if they come into the
Tiala,
woods,
you also hear this being under
help kill us, help kill this hag, because I'm trying to, because we're gonna have to get into the woods. And we're going to have to get past them and the thing. And so if we say, if we more or less sell them these wares, or more or less give them these potions of healing or whatever, and tell them that, we're fighting for the cause and that's the reason that we're here. But the main reason of the root of all evil are not the lichens, but the lichens have been sent by the hag. I don't know if they'll buy that story or not.
Are you trying to get them on our side, or are you just trying to bypass them as quickly as possible without any?
No, I want to get them on our side and get the whole shitload of them into the thing. I mean, I'd rather hit the woods for the hag with about 50 bowmen and 25 archers and
the whole castle.
Whole castle coming in, followed by lichens and everything.
I like that a lot. But if it turns out that's not the case, and if they realize that, we are done for. Unless
dead in the woods.
Just merchants trying to make a deal.
No,
Hey.
because merchants wouldn't confront the root of all evil face to face.
No.
Right. Shall we flip a coin?
I'm just wondering, if we should play.
Is
play
there
this
any
one
sign under
half.
the tarp from Tiala?
I'm just
Wait,
trying to.
I'm not under the tarp. I'm a
No,
horse.
I'm just
Oh
wondering.
yeah,
if we
that's
should-
true. Yes, you're
Yeah,
the horse.
if
My
we should
bad.
play this one, half realistic. Show them, hey, look, we are really adventurers. We're fighters. We're the thing. At the same time, we got a shitload of healing potions, but we need your guys' help too. So I don't know. Maybe
The horse is shaking its head.
the horse is shaking its head.
Yeah,
No? Okay, the horse is no.
I exactly, yeah, and I personally would bypass them, sell them my shitty versions of the potions, which I can brew up to 9 right now. Right?
Did you mark them
very
properly though?
Good. Yeah, please mark them.
No, I'm gonna brew them right
shitty-
now.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
Looking for this? Clumsy me.
But yeah, no, if we want to bypass them, that's easy. We give them shitty potions and get on our way. That's it.
Yeah.
Just say thank you for the hospitality, but we need to get the fuck out.
But we have to get the fuck out.
What kind of healing potions did your father give us?
Proper
The
ones.
normal ones.
Proper ones, yeah.
Proper
Like
ones.
standard
ones-
healing
standard
potions.
healing potions.
They're
10
standard, yeah. And the ones
And
that
10 standard
which
healing
ones can you
potions.
brew?
1d4. Plus 4, actually.
We never told him how good they are. We just said, "Do you?" And he said, "Oh, these look like good healing potions." Yeah. What is
Exactly.
he? Yeah. What is
I mean,
he?
we're
An
not the ones
alchemist?
doing them. We're not the ones
Yeah.
producing them.
Of course
for-
not. No.
So,
Perfect.
I don't know
yeah.
what I'm selling.
Yeah, no. You know what? We'll
a salesman.
we'll take the other ones out of the case, put them in a nice barrel or something. We have
no,
them.
not even that. I'm gonna put the good ones into my flasks and put the
Okay.
shitty ones into the current ones' flasks so they look nicer.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, so
Yeah, and I replace. Can I go to the back of the cart and just check on the wares while replacing 9 of
The
the.
wares.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll keep George occupied and say, yeah. Check
Just
to
make
make
some
sure that
small
we have
talk.
enough. Make sure that none of them broke Blackwater because you never
Yeah.
know.
Bumpy
they
ride.
It was a bumpy ride. And, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Does he
The
suspect
wares.
anything, or
He's gonna check on the wares.
Yeah,
Squiggly, yeah.
easy enough. Blackwater, just make a general deception check.
Yeah, George is probably as smart.
Yeah,
as
I would say with advantage, since like Brandwolf, is keeping him occupied with small talk while he's leading you through
course.
town.
I showed George my dirty book.
15?
Hey,
15.
George.
Yeah, George isn't even paying attention in the front. You're like walking in the back, checking beneath. You see Kader and Freon sitting there, eyes open and just like, what the
Probably
fuck?
helping you. Take
Just
this
like,
one,
yeah,
take
yeah,
this,
just handing your stuff. What
handing
the
us
fuck
stuff,
is
yeah.
going
Give me
on?
one of those. Yeah, shut up. Give me the one in the back.
Confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I replaced all 10 because I had a few health potions
Yeah.
still
Okay.
with me. I
So you
brew
put-
9, add 1. Bam.
Okay.
All right.
Replaced, done.
Put it very nice in the thing, and it has.
And put the rest in your inventory.
It's
Easy
perfect.
enough. Yeah, George leads you around the streets to a big plaza-like area with several. You see like this very sturdy, old-fashioned buildings. Kind of leads you up another road towards the separately walled-off castle, which is Castle Burle. At the gates, he also goes off, exchanges a few words with one of the guards there, and they just give a signal, raise the other draw gate, and lead you inside. And he kind of comes down and says, I'm going to inform the Earl of your arrival. If you would unload the cart in the meantime.
Yes, sure.
And I'll be fetching you shortly, then see that the
Okay,
Lord is ready. And he goes off into the side entrance, up a few steps, and vanishes. You're now currently in the in this kind of like courtyard almost, and to the side of this courtyard alone, there's like, you only see up on the battlements a few other of these guards that kind of like look outward, not towards you.
I'm gonna unload all the shit and stuff which we got from, because when I don't know if was Blackwater with us. Yeah, you were with me when we went and got the cart, and I said just put everything in there,
yes.
which looked like a thing, and he gave us old rope
Empty
and
boxes,
crates with probably water, so that it looks like really important. And on top of that, we'll place the healing potions and just say that.
What do you do with Freon and Kadir?
These are the wares we have for sale.
Yeah,
and Tiara, at this point, also your first beast shape would be starting to fade as well.
I'm gonna pop it back up.
Okay.
Because it would be really suspicious if there suddenly was only one horse left.
Branwolf, I wouldn't pretend or attempt to pretend that all of this is health potions.
No, I'm just
the horse not in agreement.
Putting it out to display whatever they want.
Yeah,
they
just
can
to display whatever you want to. Because it looks kind of weird that we got a whole cart full of, and this is the interesting stuff.
Yeah,
a little
that's
box, No,
what we can do.
I tell them. So we have all kinds of different things, and
what we can do is
what do you do with Freon and Kadir as well, because they're still under the tarp in the back.
We even have magical weapons, like what kind of stupid shit I'm carrying with me, like I don't know. I have something in my
if we want to get
coral warhammer.
I don't think a merchant would have that. If we want to get rid of them like as soon as possible, I think we can even say that like we want to sell it without too much profit to help the cause.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And
but you know what? Just to get rid of some of this stuff and to make it look real,
sure. Yeah.
I'm just gonna take this off my list because then it's gone. I've got 3 vials of dark red liquid, which I think we turned out. Which I had 4, and we think we tried. One was goblin wine. Was that goblin wine, Ken? I have no idea what it was. I'm just gonna
sure.
Definitely.
Hey, be happy. I'm getting rid of my inventory. Mm-hmm. So
I want to add my 2 bombs and put it like at the top as well, just to just add a bit more.
Yeah.
Good.
You're opening up like a street card shop,
like a card. Just kind of put there. I've got
what else?
A larger bottle of dragon bile put on the side there.
Again, the question though, what are you doing with Freon and Kadir?
They're in the back. They have their spell.
They're still under the tarp, or are they just okay to come out?
No, they're not okay to come out.
Okay, so they just stay there.
Yeah, underneath the feed, like maybe we stray a bit of feed like around, just to cover them up, basically.
Wait a minute. Oops, sorry. I need
All right. So you prepare all of the stuff and put everything which is not Freon and Kadir out of the cart, and just neatly stack it up next to the cart, ready. At this point, you have George returns. He comes back down. The Earl will see you now. He's ready in his office. Would you follow me, please? You can leave the cart here. It's fine.
Should we leave our wares here? Or
yes, just leave it here.
Somebody watch them, yeah.
Yes, we have enough. And he kind of like looks around, but none of the like archers are currently paying attention. Okay. It's fine. Nothing's going to happen. We're in the courtyard of Castle Burle. Yes, if somebody steals something from here, they will simply be hanged. Or fed to the Lycans for all I care.
Good, yeah, because this is
the horse is
keeping
a close eye on everything.
Okay,
well, good. Frank, and I point to Branwolf, would you like to go to the Earl? I'll just keep a watch over here and make sure that none of the other wares are broken.
Okay, sure thing, Bob. Okay, then, all right. I'll head up and
all right,
follow.
And George kind of leads you up. He leads you up a set of stairs, some corridors. You see, even inside this keep, there are like armed rangers that walk the halls from here and there, and you also see, strangely enough, again several like bells here and there at near windows and doorways, like mostly placed either on like near a window facing outward the keep, or placed within like a doorway, a room where you would enter.
Is George walking with me now?
Yeah, George is walking with you.
George, excuse me. What's with the bells?
Yes, sir.
What's with the bells?
We use these bells as a means of warning. We've had these lichen incursions. They started, well, to be honest, a couple of months ago or so. I mean, we usually have the odd, monstrosity walking out of the Dreadwood down south, and we would usually use them. But ever since these lichen attacks happened, we've added on to that, and there is... it's a dreaded sound, let me tell you that. Whenever these bells ring, they herald danger.
So it's like a warning system. Somebody would see something.
Yes, we have them throughout the battlements and throughout the keep here. Usually it's all throughout town. We've implemented this kind of early warning system, if you may.
What, is there anything else that came up? Because you said, which comes out of the Dreadwood? Have you ever heard of the Hag of the Dreadwood, which is supposed to be? I mean, that's what we've heard talk of in where we were when we came from.
I mean, we have the usual hearsay and stories to frighten the children of this entity. The story of Granny Nightshade that comes and steals children in the night. Something we tell, especially the smaller ones, to just keep off out of the outskirts of the woods.
So more like a boogeyman story, a black man story, nothing.
Well, I wouldn't know. Nobody goes into the Dreadwood that far. I mean, I've been a ranger all my life, but still.
What comes out? Because you said that.
We have the odd, trolls, ogres. We did have like the odd werewolves as well, but these in particular, they are striking us in massive
they
forces.
seem to be organized.
And also,
if I see how
they are
many
very
they are.
organized, and that has been definitely increasing within the last couple of weeks. Definitely.
Have you made out a leader yet, or something? Is there?
No, nothing. Nothing. We haven't had the manpower to push forward into the forest, which we would usually avoid, but that is why we've called for help also with Saltmarsh to get mercenaries in, so we are barely holding off the forces as is here in Burle.
Because usually if in their human forms they'd have to venture into the woods or something, or did they come out of the woods and make more werewolves here? Because
I mean, we do have missing cases of certain persons, and some think it may be tied to the lichen incursions, but it's still something that is currently being investigated, which is also while the Earl has sent out the asks, the questions of help.
Yeah. That's good to
and
know.
He now leads you also to the store, and kind of like knocks. Lord, we are here. I've brought the merchant regarding the... What's your name again?
Frank Silvitrani.
Mr. Silvitrani, for the health potions, and he kind of like opens the door for you to enter.
30 years of best quality.
And he kind of nudges you inside. You enter this like dark wood-paneled room, this office space. There are several like bookshelves around, a large, a very sturdy kind of like desk and a large chair. Next to it, behind it, there's this large window facing outward towards the battlements and also Dread Parish Isle. And you see standing there in front of the window this like huge man. You see like a nice trimmed black-haired goatee, long black hair that kind of winds down on... He's wearing this darkened plate mail like which he hasn't taken off, which is also why you're guessing why he's not sitting there, and he's kind of just standing there to the side of the room facing outward, and then turning towards you and just saying, please, sir, sit.
Yes, an honor. An honor to meet the Earl of Burle, a great thing. Silvetrani is my name, Frank Silvetrani. As you can see, I'm the biggest of the Silvetrani brothers, you know, and
are you a merchant family then?
Yes, well, I had to tell you the truth. We dabble in all kinds of ware, from merchants, from bringing things from A to B. And at the moment we're peddling wares from a certain potion maker who's had all kinds of great experiences with his health potions, and we were supposed to bring them to one of your local establishments here because we were hoping to make some coin, but your ranger captain had a look at them and decided that we should bring them straight to the castle because there seems to be some interest here, you know. I mean, as you can see, I'm not a man who's unaccustomed to a fight himself, but at the moment I'm more into counting coin than counting corpses.
That was good. Wasn't that good? That was good.
Very well put, Mr. Silvetrani. Yes, my guard captain has probably seen the opportunity to make my men suffer less as they have been these past few weeks. Now, I was told that you haven't come alone. You've come with
we have a
partner.
We really are a traveling group, and at the moment I have my riders down to my partners. The other brother, Bob Silvetrani, he's down with the horses, and we've had a little bit of odd luck because we were attacked on the way over, but we were able to fend off and to save most of our wares, and at the same time also lost a horse and also one or two good friends on the way.
Yes, we've all lost something these past few days. What strikes me as interesting, though, is I've heard of a large man such as yourself with a halfling partner, also traveling in the companionship of a dwarf, a half-elf, and a wood elf, it seems. Don't play coy with me.
What should I say? I mean, we've had many. We have many. We deal with everybody. We're not racist. We've also worked together with wood elves. We've also had
make a deception check for me.
Oh,
I knew it.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you knew it. Yeah, send in the barbarian to do the talking. It's your own fault. Deception.
Hey, you don't want me in there. My charisma is shit.
Well, mine's not much better. That was with a +1. I'm deceiving him with 11 points.
Okay. You see him kind of 11. Turning to the side, pulling two wine glasses out and putting them on the table, and without saying a word, uncorking like boop, this and pouring this nice red liquid wine, putting it back together, putting one in front of you, taking one himself, taking like a big sip, savoring it for a second.
I'll do the same, and hopefully, since he drank first, that this is okay. Then, so I'll also take a big sip and kind of toast him.
You know, Mr. Silvetrani, if that is your name.
One of many.
You know how I've made it this far? How I've became the Earl of Burle?
Oh, sorry, sir, but you gotta tell him you're gonna have to change that name. I mean, the Duke of Earl, or maybe we can get you a princedom sooner or later. But Earl of Burle is I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Oh, that's fine. Many have laughed at my title, good sir. For many, it was the last laugh they ever did. But I certainly haven't made it this far by lying my way through the world. I have lied, I have cheated, but I was born into this position, of course. The Burle family has ruled over this town and these lands for a long time. Now, usually, to keep this title and to keep holding these lands, I try to keep myself, my family, and my people safe. And I do this by warding off dangerous personalities, interlopers, or such. Merchants that disguise themselves as merchants. Now, I have been told of a certain group that is wanted by the Empire. As fate would have it, kind of fits at least half of your troop, fits that description. I do not know where the rest is, of course. But you must also know, and he kind of like keeps pouring another glass in, I do not seek out to make any plans or relationships with the loyalists myself, but I do not like being lied to.
Okay, then let me be frank. I am Frank Silvatrani. Good one. No, since you're truthful with us, let me be truthful with you too. You are the Earl of Burle. I respect that. I respect that your truth. I respect that you've come so far, and I respect your family honor. And since it isn't a thing of honor, I will be truthful with you too. My name is Branwolf. I am not Frank Silvatrani. And since you are not looking for me, I believe I can truthfully tell you that I am one of the probably either well-known or hated adventurers that you've heard of. As for the rest of my troop, we are spread all across the country at the moment. But I will come clear with you and tell you the truth. Yeah, I probably am the barbaric warrior that you've heard of. So. Well,
that
you be true with me, I'll be true with you. But
not only true, I am in dire need of mercenaries, adventurers, those that can carry a sword.
Oh yes.
As you can see, Burle itself. I mean, look out the window, and he kind of like points out, and you see the cacophony of the battle, just the remnants that has happened, the blood-soaked fields, the fires that still, like the embers in this broad day light that kill, kind of like just burn and give off these smoke pillars in front of the battlements. Once these battlements on the other side of the Widowwind, along the south bank falls, we will have to fall back to the town. These Lycan incursions have been happening these past few weeks. We've had a dozen or so attacks, strong, organized attacks, very untypical of what my rangers and myself have seen over the years alongside the outskirts of the Dreadwood. We are fighting them back night after night without an seeming end to their force and their forces. What I need is able-bodied men and women to venture further into the Dreadwood and find out what is causing this incursion. I have sent my best rangers only to be returned with blood-soaked rags. And more men, women, and also children are going missing by the day. Now, if you are who you say you are, and if your friends are spread out over the continent...
Very shortly, just glancing, not to the Earl, but this is to the DM. Can I see down, because he's looking down the window, can I see Blackwater sitting on the cart down there?
It's on the other side where you guys entered. On the other side of the keep. It's not like on that side of the window.
But or is George still there? Because what I would do, I would just say,
George is standing outside of the room. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Your Highness. Let's play with open cards here, since we're all thing, and since we all seem to have the same interest, because our group is closer than you can think, and we are have the same. We are headed to the Dread. So if I may, just have Ranger George down there just go down and tell my man Blackwater, who is the true halfling down there, to bring up the rest of the troop, because we are all here, and then we can all talk with you together. And I think that is into your interest. That's our interest, and I think we all have the same goal: is to get into the to the Dreadwood, and to fight against the evil which is therein, because we have almost the same goal.
Yeah, he kind of like leans over. You got all that, George? And run along. He says, "Yes, my lord." And he just like runs off, waiting there in silence, waiting for the return of George. George comes back down, stops to Blackwater. It seems your friend Branwolf, was it, had requested you and the rest of your crew to join him upstairs with the Earl.
Branwolf spilled the beans. So everybody come up, open up the tarpaulin.
I'm assuming I can tell the intent is not like aggressive or anything, so...
No.
I don't know, make an insight check.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay, I check up on George.
But if he says Branwolf, he knows exactly,
to what level, because Tiala and the other two are...
I figured I was going to give him Leroy or something to show you, to make sure that it's true, but if worse comes to worse,
Insight.
Yeah, great. 8.
He seems genuine.
Great.
Yeah. You believe him, what he says. You and the rest. Branwolf asked you to be with them.
Alright, I guess I'll go and slap the other two awake and get them. And
Tiala can shock everybody by changing back into form and showing that she's really the
at this point George is already like inside, and he doesn't see Tiala, but he's waiting for Blackwater and the rest to come up.
I tried to hide her anyway, like with the
trying to carry the whole wagon inside.
No.
The horse is trying to carry the wagon. You kind of like turn around, knock over the stuff next to it. The healing potions and stuff falling down.
No.
It's like clink, clink.
Of course.
Yeah.
With the cart.
And I'm motioning to the stuff that's holding me.
Tiala, just turn back. I think they know it's fine.
Your Highness, this is taking. Let me just shout down that everything's okay. I go across the room, open up the window.
Dipshits.
Whatever it needs.
It's me. It's okay. Come up. I spilled the beans. Freon, come on. Wake up. Get the drunk up here, too. It's okay. Come up.
Any loyalists?
No loyalists. Lots of money. Looking over to the Earl. Kind of like
he kind of looks at you and nods, and then looks back out the window.
Yes, he's nodding. Lots of gold, lots of stuff. And you know what? They also want to take care of the evil in the Dreadwood. So come up. We have a great contract here.
I start running.
Okay. Yeah, you start running up. Kader and Freon also hop off the wagon. They kind of help Tiala get loose of the
try
stuff,
to kind
and
of
then
get out of the stuff.
Tiala You should transform first, I think.
Yeah, but it's still like all over me, I guess.
Yeah, but no, that should. If you
Okay,
transform, then your slender
tran-
thing, you can just.
You release beast shape then?
Yeah.
Okay. As you release beast shape, you see there's this little boy with a bucket of water who's just like.
I'm gonna be like.
Give him a gold coin or some shit like that.
He's like just staring at you. He's been like running up from the stables.
It's
like,
one of them. It's a lichen. She's changing to a horse. Yeah.
Running to the nearest bell.
Yeah, bell. She's changing.
And that's the last time we see Tiala.
Yeah.
500 arrows just onto the same spot.
So theoretically, we're all standing in front of the Earl now, and I can say,
George is like gathering
this
all
is
of you up.
This is my merry troop, and this is our Captain Blackwater, and yes, so, and like I said, we have the same goal. So feel free to talk with our captain.
As I've already discussed with Brandwolf here, I myself am in need of able-bodied men and women, those who know their way around a blade. Those who know their way around a blade usually join the forces of my rangers, but I need fearless Idvorias, mercenaries, adventure sort of folks that will venture on deeper into the depths of the Dreadwood to find out what this lichen invasion is, what is causing it. And he also like kind of nods out the window towards the Dreadwood. You also see now there's like, while the sun is like still high in the sky, you see there's like rain clouds forming outside slowly, and just giving off this beautiful view of the woods in the distance, this dark contrast against everything else which is currently brightly lit.
Have the waves of werewolves become more difficult? Have they become more intense, more dense, more...
Yes, they do return with more force. At least, I mean, I myself am, of course, always fighting on the front lines as well, trying to keep the city safe. And you also see now, with the armor he's wearing, he has like this huge morning star strapped to his side, and there's like another big shield resting at the on the in one corner of the room next to his desk. And he gestures outward, but the problem is we don't have the manpower to investigate. We are trying to save and hold these walls here of Burle, but if I would have more men, I would send out more, but it's getting increasingly difficult to do so.
Yeah, we have 5 adventurers. We need, I mean, how many could you send with us? As I mean, I don't know how well versed your men are. If you rangers, you probably know yourself. You probably have some which can function as guides to get us.
They know a few paths among the outskirts. Yes. And regarding the forces I could send with you, I would have to discuss with the captain of the guard first.
Yes.
But I would have to discuss about the resources we have. I can spare a few, but it might not be the force you would wish.
Yeah. Then of course, not wanting to be the monetary asshole of the bunch, but still, also of course we have to make a living too, and as you well know now, we are not.
I'm gonna cut you off right there. No,
you're gonna cut it.
Yeah, no.
You want to do it for the good?
No, I'm gonna do it for our team.
Yes.
I don't know.
Don't mind me asking, but what is your particular interest in the woods, or what is it you seek?
I take a big step back and have our halfling captain take over and says, he's the man of the word, I'm the man of the brawn. So
this is exactly what I wanted to mention, because you surely are aware of the pool fever, the ever popular
Yes,
disease.
it's what's been keeping the merchants off the roads towards Burle, which hasn't been faring our particular situation very well.
Correct.
Don't tell me you've brought it with you.
No, but we did find the permanent cure for it, which is probably also of your
Interesting.
interest.
I've heard that there was some sort of cure that originated here in Burle, but has been produced ever since, I think, the Aureus nectar is what they call it.
Correct.
Has been brewed by a certain Black Brew family in Saltmarsh.
Yeah, they're pretty good, I hear. Either way, there is a way to solve the whole pool fever situation entirely without the need of Aureus nectar. There is this.
How so?
There is this ancient hag living deep within the Dreadwood Forest, which, once defeated, will seemingly make the disease vanish. I'm assuming that she is the origin of it.
So you're saying exactly that. You're saying that she might be the cause of this sickness that has been befalling so many as of late?
The reason
I mean, it has
believe
been known in these parts every now and then for several decades, but I know there's been an increase in wool fever, and you're thinking this has something to do with her, or maybe also with the lichen attacks?
I'm assuming so, yes.
I mean, we definitely know something is stirring in the woods.
yes.
We
And you are
all, my
aware that
rangers
we are-
reported, and we are aware of it, yes.
And we are approaching the blood moon, coming in, I believe, 6 nights, rather.
Maybe that is also why these lichens have become more increasingly difficult to drive back.
Correct. So it is of everyone's pure interest that we attack with as much as we have, as soon as we can.
But we don't know where to attack.
No, we don't.
And that
we
is
can't.
where you would come in.
Not alone.
No.
Not alone.
I have a feeling that by now, Freon and also, well, Kadir probably not so much, but he's probably looking for a bar. But at the same time, Freon probably also chimed in with his knowledge. So kind of giving the Earl... I mean, first of all, we're proving that we are the bunch that he heard of. And at the same time, we're hoping that he will keep word that he says he's not a loyalist. He's interested in our manpower and our adventure, faculty.
Expertise. Yeah.
Our expertise, yeah.
And the Brandwolf, the reason why I'm not doing it for money is because if we get their help, we solve the whole situation with...
That's right.
Which saves
Absolutely.
my mother, our colleagues, teammates, whatever the hell. Lovers, in your case.
Well, even better, but I still think that we might come to some sort of a resolution in terms of your payment down the road.
We can deal with that later.
Because not only I, but all of the people of Burle would be thankful to return to their normal lives, that is.
I'll take a baroncy. Baron Brandwolf. Nah, just kidding.
I think it would be payment enough if you help us with every resource that you can spend.
Yeah.
Even if it means contacting whatever nearby towns, cities, villages are
We have
nearby.
already sent word, and we are waiting for an answer on their
does
part.
not help right now.
No.
Well, I have been sending men every day, and so far none have returned. It is always that I look out the window and wait for more word, and at this point you hear a little ding 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 from somewhere far away, a single bell going off.
A bell.
Then there's like a few more, and it kind of ding 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 ding. You hear this like cacophony of bells originating from somewhere, like looking out the window from somewhere outside where the battlements are, and just this ringing of people everywhere in the town starting to ring the bell, and you just hear these single shouts, Lycans sighted, just echoing throughout everywhere. You see suddenly the city, the battlements, and also parts of outside the battlements become alive with just torchlights that are suddenly pulled up and fires that are upburned, and you swear looking out the window that from somewhere far away you might see something moving along the small little road, like the trees, the tree line themselves, movement that is happening in front of them. And you see George kind of like rushing up to the office room, just out of breath, saying, Lord Lycans, sir, they have been sighted. One of our scouting parties just returned and returned word. We should head over to the battlements immediately.
George, how many of you are using silver? Have any of you silver arrows, silver weaponry? Is there silversmiths in town?
Well, we have smiths in town, yes, but we do not have any silverware which we are using, and we are not fighting them with forks. We are fighting them with
take those
swords.
Silverware, have them make spearheads, arrowheads, everything out of silver.
He
and
kind
by
of
the
looks
way,
to the Burle at this point, who also turns to you. Silver, you say?
Silver is supposedly in all our adventures has helped fight against Lycans, and it was just because their hide will not be pierced by normal weapons.
George,
which you probably found out.
I will send word for somebody to saddle my horse. I will ride to one of the battlements immediately, and then I will also have word on sending anything people can find to melt in for this apparent silverware. Maybe this rings at some truth.
Show one of your, or give him one of your balls. Give him one of your balls.
No, can you please just say that differently?
Hey, give the Earl of Burle one of your balls.
Want to see my balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give him one of my bullets.
Yeah, your bullets, and show him that, and maybe the necklace that we also have, and see that they can make some of that. Because
after putting his gloves on, he takes it and kind of pockets it and says, "I will pass this on to our smiths."
1 second. I'm assuming silver coins are made out of pure silver.
Yeah, of course.
Do we have silver coins?
Do we have any? I think so.
Yes. I mean, do you have silver coins? I don't know.
Like we've just been
There's
collecting
gold coins and silver
Yeah.
coins. Yeah.
Like,
But
do we have any
Earl of
small
Burle
change?
probably has some of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
small
Just
change.
melt all of the
Melt any
silver,
kind of silver.
everything.
The main thing, you have so many archers. Silver tip those heads. Silver tip axes.
Make a persuasion check on this, both of you.
I would even go so far as
because you're trying to persuade him to melt in pure money.
Yeah.
We can. I don't know how big his treasury is, but we can make a deal where we cover the money with our gold.
Yeah, no problem. If he
pays us back later if he sees that it's effective.
That's all. And it's just something. It's just an idea to make. So I had a 16.
9.
Okay. He kind of looks at both of you and the little bullet in his hand and says, "I will certainly investigate on this part what we might be able to do. George, show them to the southern battlements, because I fear, gentlemen and respectively lady, before we can take the fight to them, they have taken the fight to us. I shall meet you on the field. So show me what you have got if you can fight for us, and then we will continue on from there.
Yes.
And he kind of like storms out of the office already, and George is like looking at you as well, expectantly. He says, well, hurry along then.
Yep. Well, I think we'll follow him.
Yeah, he kind of runs out the castle immediately along the battlements and down one of the right where the main gate is. You're following him along down to this ramshackle area of town again, basically down the road, and you come up into this little fort you go past the bridge of the river, past and are now standing with the rest on the battlements. You see like there's a few archers stationed here, and also George, who's very nervously looking and grabbing the nearest longbow. And at this point you're all standing there gazing out until the still empty fields past a few single like trees, until this large tree line in the back where you just see shapes crawling in the distance towards Burle and where you are right now.
While we were traveling all the way where we are right now, I would like to ask Branwolf, any idea if fire is any effective against these beasts?
I've never what I've heard and what I remember from Skilfing lore. The Skilfing lore was always silver. It was silver against lichens, and silver and fire against demons. But you could try to singe them. I am I'm just now.
Well, we've been George chimes in. Fire seems to. I mean, they use fire themselves. I mean, we haven't seen that many lichens carrying torches and some even weapons themselves, but we have seen that fire does a great deal of effect on them, some even more than our own weapons. But I guess it's time we'll find out. We can fire up some fire arrows on the side. We have enough here. And he points like towards these big banisters where there's like already coal burning and some arrows lined up on the side for the archers on the battlements.
Who's the quickest hand with daggers? Are you good with daggers?
My dexterity is not that.
I'm not that good either.
But I
know I don't have that much left, really, DM. I've gotten rid of a lot of shit, but I do have from Lucian 2 silver-tipped daggers.
Hey, I'm not gonna go down there to fight them first.
No, but we're up there. That's why I said just to show them. Maybe if someone has a good throw, you just I'll throw them if worst comes to worst.
Yeah, you've been throwing your axes. You're better at that.
I don't care about. I'll get rid of them. But that was just something I was, because I'm saving along with. By the way, I also have one cranberry wine left from him.
You can give one of the knives to me, but I will keep it to myself in case they get close enough.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm giving one. It says here silver-tipped daggers. I remember Benny. I don't know where you found those. It was 2 silver-tipped daggers. So I that's from his stash. One of the last things of Lucian's thing. So,
well, as you're standing there with the these foes still 5 minutes or so away, as you're gazing out, gathering your party, I would say we will end tonight's episode.
Yes, and then we can fight lichens together with our friends.
Then it will be tooth and claw next week.
I want to throw fireballs. Let me do it right now.
You just piss them off until the next time.
All right, so for everybody watching and listening, thank you guys. As always, our VOD and also the podcast episode itself will be up on the weekend. We started early today. Usually we stream on Wednesdays, but due to some scheduling, we had to do it this Monday. But next week it's going to be Wednesday again. So other than that, thank you.
A big shout out to one of our followers, Crow Orc, or the Crow Orc, who even made it a tip because he knew, because I told him that it's not going to be Wednesday, it's going to be Monday, and he extra made it on time to make sure that he comes on this. So I said I was going to say hello to him. So
very nice.
A fan.
So yeah, and for anybody else checking us out for the first time, be sure to also check out our social media, or just go to slanteddice.com. You'll find all of the links there. If you check out our past episode descriptions as well, we have a bunch of cool discount codes you can use on if you want some handmade dice. Go over to theshackedkrakendice.com. And if you really want to help us out, leave a review on iTunes. That is always best. Be sure, if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, to follow and subscribe, leave a like, the usual shebang. We really appreciate it. We appreciate your comments, reading stuff like this, and just seeing that love.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And send silver until next week.
Yeah, send silver until next week, please.
Silver and
silver
boys
balls.
and girls are gonna need
silver
it.
Bombs. Silver nitrate
balls.
exploder.
Yeah, bombs as well.
Silver balls.
Too. Silver balls. Silver balls. Okay.
Johnny Bald Silver. All right,
Okay.
then. Thank you, and see you next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.
If you want to set the mood.